Nevertheless, I want you to know that from the start, I saw potential in your eccentricity. I also saw that you needed taming because you're a typical student in terms of this kind of behavior, an eccentric behavior, okay? But then students like you all behave in the same way, okay? They come, they believe that they know everything, that they know the past, that they know that they will discover an amazing way, that we will get amazed with what they do, and that we will get completely mesmerized by the final results, okay? Doesn't happen like that. And the big process in the beginning is to convince you that you could experience what we are inviting you to experience, okay? Experiment with. It's a pity. It doesn't show intelligence to act the way you are acting, okay, or you were acting. Because a person that doesn't want to learn is not an intelligent person.
Actually, this is also I'm always considering, and yeah, because as we see that but first of all, I actually during the whole semester, I always feel a kind of repressive, because I feel there are misunderstanding between the people, and for me it's difficult to have a chance to explain myself, and somehow I just feel if I make more explanation and just that misunderstanding can more. And but in the contrast, as we see that at some time point I split it with Anna and I work alone. So if I just give it up right now, and so as you just said, the chair has already somehow a specific image about me or on me.
Not about you, about the type of student, about the attitude that comes with it, okay? Yeah. Just to let you know that we don't see you as genius.
No, I didn't say that.
As genius. And yeah, it doesn't mean that we wouldn't be surprised, and doesn't mean that we weren't curious about what was coming, and that we weren't giving you the possibility of coming up with something that would be really interesting, and that we wouldn't be willing to work with you. By the contrary, you know, we were curious, we were always very kind, and we were always very patient with you. The only problem is that at a certain moment, we just started realizing that it just repeats and repeats and repeats and goes nowhere. So it just becomes awkward, you know. And at a certain moment, it becomes, we start getting to the point that it's like, hey, if he keeps on like this, he won't be able to make it. So we start pressuring you, and we start even kind of giving you like, hey, how next time, if you keep on presenting these over and over, we will have to interrupt you, because that doesn't matter. With that, with the currents and all that you want to say is this single thing about currents and flotation. What are you extracting from that? And still you were like, you know, it's not a problem of communication here, how? Because I'm sure, 100% sure, that this would happen the same if we would talk the same language, okay? It's not a problem of communication. It's a problem of wanting to process what is being told to you. Because we also cannot fully understand what you say. Nevertheless, we give you the time to explain, and we ask you, is it this that you are wanting to address? Okay, but that you are already repeating yourself, that you've already said, and that, I mean, if you want to deal with flotation, maybe you have to deal with this and this, and we are giving you suggestions. And we are even sending you recordings of our talks so that you can listen to them again and again. And we tell you, you can send us emails. We can talk to you extra time, and you have talked with Dominic several times on Fridays and all that, besides studio time. It's not because we are not available to explain, okay? This is not a problem of communication, okay? And if you feel like you're not able to communicate properly, it's because you're not interested in exploring methods of communication that is not only the verbal language. And that was something that we were here to teach you this semester. How to communicate through references, okay? So, Guy, you are hiding yourself behind cliches instead of facing the problem that you have, that is, you are not interested in learning, okay? So if you are not interested in learning, don't learn. Go and do whatever you have to do. And I'm not saying that it's not valid, but you don't want to learn how to do it. Okay? So consider this and be faithful to yourself, because most of the problems of people that get depressive, it's really not wanting to face the problems and believing that the problem is always external and exterior to you. You are the only person that can take the step and that can change things. It's you, it's not the others. It's not the system, it's you. Okay?
Yeah,